Welcome back, painting friends. Today we're going to paint an abstract sunflower. Colors you're going to need? Well, sunflower colors. Yellow, red, orange, black, brown, white, and then our background colors. So I'm going to use purples, dark and light purple. You can choose any background colors you want, but that's what I'm going to use. Favorite 4 brushes. I've got my 1-inch flat brush, my 10-6, and 1 round brush. Remember to have a cup of water and a rag for keeping those brushes clean. And remember, if you like what you're seeing here, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel Painting with a Purpose so you are kept up to date on all of my tutorials. So let's get started. I'm going to start with my 1-inch flat brush, and I am going to take some dark purple paint right here along this edge. So along my right hand side, a lot of dark purple paint, making a big C shape. Without washing my brush off, I'm going to start taking light purple and kind of blending that in. Now, I do not need this to be a very clean blend, so I'm just going to take those colors and just kind of take my brush and fling it left and right to mix it up as if it is the same texture as what my sunflower is going to be. So I can kind of pull those lighter colors in, mix those up so we don't have any really solid lines. And then we let this part dry. How easy was that? Let this dry. When we come back, we're going to add in that beautiful sunflower. So with our background dry, what we're going to do is I'm going to take some brown paint on my number 10 round brush. I'm going to make just a big half circle right here. So you can go ahead and paint that in brown, but that's going to be the center of our sunflower. Now, as we go through and we start mixing all of these colors together, I'm okay if a little bit of that brown intertwines with our petals, because to be honest, when we're finished, we're going to redo this brown circle and finish off that sunflower. So let's go ahead and wash out our brush. And we are going to start out by drawing out these sunflower petals. Now, sunflower petals, they go a lot of ways. So they're generally long and skinny. Okay, so think long and skinny. Then after long and skinny, sometimes they just kind of have a curve to them, but they don't always have to. And so I've got now a couple of petals in here. We can paint these in yellow to start. I know the purple's going to show through. Don't worry, we're going to fix that. Yellow is a very hard color to put on top of a dark color. But we're going to be adding so many other colors to these, it should not be an issue. So we're just going to kind of paint these colors in with the yellow, or paint these petals in with the yellow, and then we'll go in and play with some other colors to fill them out. So you do see a little open spot down here. I have a choice. Make it purple or just paint it yellow and add another petal. Totally fine. Once I have all this in there, I am not going to wash my brush up, but I'm going to wipe some of the extra yellow off, make it a little less yellow. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to add just some lines of orange. Now, I'm not going to add a whole lot of orange because I don't need it to be super aggressive. But just along those edges of the petals, a little bit of orange. Wipe that brush off. Same thing with red, but I'm going to add less red, and it's going to be right down here at the base. So I'm just making a couple of little lines, almost like sun rays, going around that brown. And here's where the fun kicks in. So you can really make this happen any way you want. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some yellow. It's my base color. And I'm going to start to go in here, and I'm going to start to blend these colors. Do you see how quick you lose that yellow? Don't worry, we're going to add yellow at the end. I can even add a little bit of white to my brush and really kind of lighten some of those spaces up. Now, again, I don't mind if the brown mixes in. In fact, I kind of encourage it, to be honest. But we're just going to go through and we're going to kind of pull some of these colors right through here. Remember, if it gets too dark, just throw a little bit of white in. All throughout these petals. going to go ahead and wipe that brush off. I didn't wash it off, I just wiped it off. I'm going to now go in with red, and I'm going to actually outline each one of these petals with that red. Now that I have that in there, I'm going to go in with a little bit more yellow right in the center. And I don't want to over mix it, so I want to be kind of careful to just let it sit on top of that mix we made. Now let's clean that brown up. I told you we were going to do that. After we have that on there, we can go ahead and take that brown, we can clean up that line, maybe even add a small amount of black to the very center to make it darker. And then we are going to let this dry. When we come back, we're going to add in those final touches and we will have a finished painting. So now that the background's mostly dry, we're going to go in and we're going to start from light at the tips to dark at the center. So I'm going to go in with some white and some yellow on my brush. And we're just going to start to brush these lighter colors in. So light colors at the tip of each petal. And what we're going to do is we are going to slowly make these darker towards the base. We really want to follow these simple lines of just curves to kind of pull these colors in. The center, I do want to be mostly yellow, so I'm going to grab some more yellow without white. But then here towards the base, we're going to go ahead and add that red in. We're going to add a little bit of brown in. And then we're going to pull those colors together with that yellow. So that yellow is really our mixing key element. If you think it's getting too brown, just wipe that brush off and grab some more yellow. Put in some more white at the top. You just got to play with it till you love it. So this petal, I now love, so I'm finished with this petal. Okay, I always say that, but then I always want to just do a couple more brush strokes. And then you're just going to keep doing that with all of them. So I'm going to bump myself in speed motion. You're going to start with white and yellow at the tips of each petal. You're going to go back in with some red, some brown, maybe a little bit of orange in the middle. Have fun with it. Play with it until you like it. If it gets too dark, just stop, let it dry, go back in with those yellows and whites until you get it to where you love it. The goal is to have that base coat of that orangish red and then have that top coat, because when it dries, you'll see that base coat, that top coat of that yellow, white, the browns, and really let those colors play together. All right, let's bump into speed motion and get all of these petals finished. With all of those areas finished, I'm going to go with my number 10 wire brush. I'm just going to add some really strong white lines. So top of each of these petals, really strong white line. I love adding highlights to my paintings, and I just think they make everything pop and come to life. Then, as the opposite would be, on the bottom, I'm going to add a brown line. Now, the brown is going to be significantly less than the white, but I do think the brown is still very important. Now, as far as the center goes, I'm actually going to take some purple and go right here in the very center. And I'm going to take some brown and just kind of brush that color in, allowing that center to be a little bit lighter. And then as I go towards the edge, I'm going to add that black. I want a really nice, solid, dark black line right where each of these petals meets my center. I brush those colors in, get them a little messy, just like those petals. Then I am going to turn my brush over to the back side, and I'm going to use a mixture of yellow and white, using the back of that brush to just add a couple of polka dots to show where those seeds are. Sunflowers have these gorgeous big seeds, and they do sometimes shine in the light, so we want to make sure those are showing. So I'm just going to make a little small half circle with these using the yellow and the white, and really kind of showcasing that centerpiece. Now, when you finish, you know what to do. Find a color that's going to show up well on your canvas and sign your name. I always put my initials in this bottom right corner. And remember that I never get to see what you're painting at home unless you post it to my Facebook page, Painting with a Purpose. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Painting with a Purpose, so you're kept up to date on all of my tutorials. And remember, as always, stay kind, stay creative, and stay safe. Have a great day, friends. Bye now.